Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Thor's Lightning Takes. And let's get right to the news.
Shawn Levy, he talked about his experience working on Star Wars Starfighter with Vanity Fair. They asked him first up, how is filming going? A wonderful question. He said, nothing quite prepares you for the unique experience of directing Star Wars. I've done ambitious movies with high levels of complexity. Certainly, things like Free Guy and Deadpool and Wolverine were not chamber pieces, so I thought I was used to big scale complexity in production. But Star Wars is uniquely intricate because not only are you inheriting a beloved legacy, but in the case of Starfighter, I've got this self imposed but very Lucasfilm supported mandate of making a new adventure. And so every creative decision, it's all bespoke and new. It's the normal number of decisions per day the directors are used to, but probably times 10. Yeah, his only mandate was to make something new, something exciting, a
Not
new
to bring back dead
adventure.
characters,
Well, how freeing and liberating, though, do you think that is? Like, here, you're going to be in Star Wars, make something new,
but that could
exciting,
be
something within the universe.
equally terrifying
Mm-hmm.
because when you use the old, you kind of have guardrails. It's like when you go bumper bowling, right? You know you're going to hit some pins because there's people who are going to like those old characters, those
You
old
have a
themes
point.
and stories. This is bowling without the guardrails. You could roll a gutter and people could hate whatever new thing you come up with.
But if you do something fantastic, your
Yeah.
character might get featured more prominently down the line.
Well, yeah, you get more credit for a strike if you didn't have the bumpers on there, right? I'm just
Right.
running with this analogy. I think it works pretty well.
But he doesn't have any bumpers. He
No.
is just free balling.
Well, we don't know that for sure,
Free
but
bowling?
free bowling, yes. I mean, I hope it's fun. I hope it is something new. I
Mm-hmm.
hope it's because we've heard all kinds of rumors already about
Oh, of
Ray's
course.
in it and this sequel character. Let's just do something new, something fun, make it adventurous, make it
Absolutely.
feel like Star Wars. You don't want to go so far to the new where you're like, is this even in Star Wars? Like Skeleton Crew did a very good job of feeling like Star
Mm-hmm.
Wars, having a lot of fun, doing something very family friendly, being an adventure, having some mystery and intrigue.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm not saying it has to be like Skeleton Crew, but
Right.
something along that lines where it's new, but it's still Star Wars.
Absolutely. As long as it feels right and it doesn't mess up the logistics of the universe.
Well, yeah, don't go so far new that it throws things into the trash that are the old, right? You don't want to discard the old in favor of the new. You want to honor the old. And I think there are some other creators who kind of forgot that. No names here.
Anyone who maybe tossed their lightsaber over the shoulder?
Well, I said no names.
I didn't name anything, did
No,
I?
you didn't name anything.
Then they asked him, has he always dreamt of directing Star Wars? He said, when word got out that Disney had acquired Lucasfilm and they were going to start sort of a relaunch of the film franchise, I was one of the dozens of directors who raised their hand and let it be known to anyone who would listen that that would be a dream. But then the dream sort of receded because nothing came of it, and I kept busy doing lots of my own stuff. So to get a call from Kathleen Kennedy in August of 2022, I literally remember where I was. She said, I want you to do a Star Wars movie. I asked the obvious question, which one? What's it a prequel to? What is it a sequel to? And the immediate answer was, whatever one you want. Make it feel like your movies feel. It was just an incredibly empowering opportunity.
Well, it's kind of funny because that's what I've always said.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine it's hard to find a lot of people who want to do Star Wars movies.
Well, yeah.
It is or was the pinnacle, right?
Well, and when
Everybody,
Disney bought it, it sounds like he says dozens of
well, yeah,
filmmakers were like, hey, put
that's
my
what
name in
I've been
there.
very confused with in recent history, and maybe the trend has stopped with the 2022 of calling people who actually want to do Star Wars movies because we have like Taika Waititi, we've had
Mm-hmm.
others who are like, yeah, I'll do your movie eventually, but I got other things to do.
I got my pipeline, yeah.
Yeah, why are we getting the, as I've called them before, the what's hot now directors, the ones who have made another movie where everybody
Mm-hmm.
knows their name suddenly and you want to get them attached to Star Wars because somehow Star Wars needs big name directors to work. I don't
Well,
know.
and Shawn Levy's not exactly not
No,
busy
no, yeah, he's not
either,
he's not
He's
not
not,
busy. He's not a
yeah.
not big director. He's not, up there with some of
The
the
Stranger Things
Sure,
premiere,
he's a big
yeah.
director, but not like I wouldn't call him, the next
He's doing a Madonna biopic next, I think.
okay. But my,
Yeah.
my point is he's a big director, but he's not like the upper crust of the directors in the world,
Wow.
right? And I'm not
He's
saying that
getting there.
no, he's getting there. I'm not trying to knock him. That's not what I'm doing. I'm simply saying we've had this thing where it's like Lucasfilm is going out and finding these directors who have other things to do, and
Mhm.
they don't really seem like they're that interested in Star Wars. And I've always said, how hard is it to find directors who really want to do Star Wars and will drop everything? And why are we not calling these people?
Mhm.
And maybe we're finally calling these people.
Yeah, the people who sat there at the beginning and said, "Please pick me.
Please
I
pick
wanna do
me.
Star Wars," and you
Yeah.
blew them off in favor of Ryan Johnson and sorry, I had to. Then Vanity Fair said, when Kennedy came to you and said, "Make your movie," what was your pitch to her? What kind did that sound like? He said, "I knew the feeling she wanted. I know the aspects of my work that have worked and that she was alluding to. It's sort of a combination of humor and heart within adventure. The first step was I chose Jonathan Troper, the screenwriter, with whom I've done small movies and big movies. We just started talking, and it led to months of dreaming and brainstorming and rejecting ideas and embracing others. And little by little, it led us to a theme that was really interesting to me and some characters that were interesting to me. I can't give anything more than that away."
Yeah, that's the non-answer. I'm going to talk for 10 minutes, but not answer your question. It's like a politician. They're good
Mhm.
at that
But
stuff
it's
too.
nice that he kind of picked out a
Yeah.
theme and that he knew that he was being asked. He knew Kennedy wanted him for aspects of his work that he knew worked,
Well, yeah,
that he is successful with.
I think he does a good. If you look at the Deadpool movies, for
Oh, yeah.
example, they're
Heart and
stupid
humor.
humor, but there is heart to them. There is a
Mhm.
story to them. They're not just total dumb
Free
slapstick.
guy.
Yeah, there is something more to them, and I think that's what they're looking for. They want a Star Wars adventure, but you want it to have meaning. You don't want it to
Mhm.
just be the spectacle. You need the substance.
If they're going to seek out directors who are good at a thing, then why not bring their specialty to Star Wars instead of try to make them fit into a different mold? That
No,
worked with Tony
absolutely.
Gilroy.
Yeah, you let Gilroy do what he's good at, and he did something really
He did
good.
exactly what he's
Yeah,
good at.
exactly. He nailed it.
And Star
So,
Wars can work within it.
well,
It's
yeah,
just about making sure you nail the feel of the universe.
yeah. I've said before of Andor. I think it's more that that particular story just worked in Star Wars in that particular time period. I don't know
Mhm.
that I'd necessarily call it a Star Wars show through and through, as much as it is a show that really worked in Star Wars for that. Again, the time period, the Empire, the Rebellion, all of it. That was just on point for that time, and those characters just were fantastic and really made the
Mhm.
show.
The last thing they asked was, if Star Wars was this white whale for you, do you have other stories you're hoping to tell in the future? He said, "I've always been so specifically goal driven to make big movies, reach big audiences, Marvel, Star Wars. And now that I find myself at the moment where it has all happened, I'm in this unfamiliar place of not chasing a white whale, but rather being willing to sit back and only make what's irresistible to me. And I'm intrigued to see what proves too juicy to resist." So I'm glad that he has had success in Marvel, and
Yeah.
hopefully he continues and has success in Star Wars. And if they enjoy it well enough, he very well could be invited back to do more, maybe even using the characters he's created.
You know what they should do?
Hmm.
They should announce he's getting a trilogy a month before the movie comes
No,
out.
no, I think that's a nail
Oh,
in
we
the
did that
coffin type
before?
thing.
Yeah.
Let this ride.
Yes, what a
I mean,
concept.
absolutely. If he's already got ideas for more, if he wants
Well,
to
sure.
jot down some notes, go right ahead. You could plan for the best
But
without
prepare for the worst.
announcing it.
Yes.
Don't announce it until you see how does the audience react.
Yeah, that was the Ryan Johnson mistake is what I'm
Yeah,
alluding to.
I know what you're
Well, I
alluding
know
to.
you are, and I
Oh,
know
I
probably
know.
about 99% of the people listening do,
Just
but
like the Watson Ford who did Skeleton Crew said that they actually had ideas already for a part 2 or a continuation of Skeleton Crew, but it would depend on what Disney wants.
yeah, I'd love to see Skeleton Crew season 2. It was
I would
that
be good
good.
with that. It was fun. It was a fun adventure.
Unfortunately, the ratings didn't seem to be there, so I'm not holding my breath.
No, I'm gonna hold that partially accountable to the time of year it came out.
Time of year, the
Mm,
state of the franchise, I think, had a
yeah,
lot to do.
yeah.
If we're coming off of like
Did they weekly that
major,
one, or I can't remember?
it
Did they?
was weekly.
Okay, I couldn't remember if they weekly or just started dumping like they did with Andor.
No, no, yeah, and or they kind of clumped in, which made sense,
It
clumping
did.
it into
It
the
did.
story arcs. But no, Skeleton Crew was week to week, and had that come out in a different time in a different place when Star Wars was maybe in a better place
Mm-hmm.
after some successes, I think it does much better.
Okay.
Either way, that's going to be all we got for you this time. Your turn. Take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of any and all of today's news, and let's talk some Star Wars. And so until next time, thanks for watching.